Mike, the playoffs, here we are. How you feeling?
Excited. Tinge of disappointment, obviously, because the objective was obviously automatic promotion, but at the same time, that's gone now, and we've got to draw a line under it and focus on the next 2/3 games. And regardless of who we played, whether obviously it's Charlton, but whether it was the other two teams, they're all tough games. And those teams will also know if we turn up on the day, we're a really, really tough opponent. We've got some really, really good players for the level in that dressing room. So excitement. We want to do ourselves proud. We want to do the Wycombe fans proud. As the kind of captain of the ship, I'm completely aware that the last 3 results haven't been where we want them to be. And we're extremely motivated. I'm extremely motivated to make sure that that's corrected over the next 2/3 games.
The end of the season was full on in terms of the fixture schedule, but this has provided a nice reset and going into a different style of football, isn't it? This is cup football now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that was the conversation early in the week on Monday when the guys came back in. You want to go into the playoffs winning games of football, of course you do. But it's 2 cup finals. It's 3 cup finals. The next 2 games is an opportunity to play at Wembley. And then that opportunity at Wembley, you've got an opportunity to be a legend. So that's the narrative. So we're going into the next 2 games full of confidence that if we perform to the level we know we can perform at, we're as good as anyone in the league. Disappointment
can drive as well, can't it, as well? And there's the ability to change that emotion, because if you're a fan of Huddersfield or Bolton, for example, you're disappointed, but you're disappointed until pre-season now, until it starts again. Yeah, definitely. And I don't want to. I don't think that's a conversation for now in terms of reflecting on what an amazing season it's been, because what I don't want to do is take the distraction away from the next 2 games, and that's something that will come in the summer when the kind of dust settles a little bit and we get time to reflect on the last period. But our focus is the next 2 games, 3 games, and the point that I keep saying to the players, this football club has been in the Championship 1 year in its existence, and the bit that I'm sure really hurts the fans, and we're aware of it, is they never actually got to watch their team play in the Championship. They've got an opportunity to become legends of the football club, and to give the fans an opportunity to watch their team play in the Championship. So our focus is the next 2 games. It's going to be a really, really tough opponent, but whether it be Charlton, like I said, or the other teams, whoever you play, they're going to be tough games. But we're fully focused. We're really looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be a wonderful occasion for everyone associated to the football club. And we'll do everything we can to put a smile on the face of the fantastic fan base. You've got experience, though, in this. It's not your first rodeo, is it, in the playoffs? Yeah, I've been asked this a few times. I get a little bit kind of agitated around it, because obviously my first experience was against Wycombe, the club that is close to my heart at the moment. And then the following year, we got into the playoffs in the Championship, and unfortunately lost out to Luton, that obviously went on and got promoted. So I understand the emotion that around the 2 games. I've experienced the positive and I've experienced the negative. So yeah, we've got to concentrate on ourselves. That's my biggest message. We've got to concentrate on ourselves, and I think if we perform like we did for 60 minutes against Stockport for 90 minutes, we will have a really successful 2 games. But if we perform like we did against Leyton Orient, it might be a difficult afternoon or evening for us. So our focus is on us. Our focus is on what we need to do. We know what we need to do, and we're really desperate to put a smile on the face, as I said, put a huge smile on the face of the Wycombe fans. You've got your own experience with the playoffs as well, but you've also got senior players at your disposal who've experienced all the different emotions attached to the playoffs as well. That must be invaluable for you to have those in the group too. Yeah, definitely. We spoke about that early in the week in terms of, I spoke about my experiences. Obviously, I didn't want to talk too much because obviously it was with another football club, but the senior lads have spoke around their experiences and what to expect, and they're going to be hugely important for the next
2 stroke 3 games.
And the players who are experiencing this for the first time, I mean, that can also be a wonderful thing as well, isn't it? Because that's what they want to achieve. They want to play in these games when they put on their boots at the start of the season.
Yeah, and a couple of the players said that. They said, these are the games that you want to be involved in. These are the games that your mum, dads, auntie, uncles, grandma or granddads, took you to as a kid. The sacrifices they made, whether it be at local clubs, academies, as they were kids, to play in these types of games. And from my perspective as a young coach that is developing, these are the games that I want to be involved in. So we're really excited. We're really excited. We firmly believe that we've got what it takes. We've got to turn up. We know that, and I know the fans have been disappointed with kind of current results, and we've got to take that on the chin. We're disappointed as well, but we have to turn up, and we will turn up.
You mentioned the fans, but they're going to play their part as well in both games, and so you need them to turn up as well and get behind.
Yeah, but one thing I will say is I've got a huge amount of respect for the Wycombe fans, because they're the lifeblood of the football club. They'll be here long after I'm gone. We have to do our bit to get them going. So I've always said that it's a two-way relationship. I can't rally call the fans here and go, we need you. We do need you. That's an obvious thing. We need you to make as much noise as possible. And when things aren't going right for us, we need you to spur us on and kick us in the right direction. But we have to do our bit. We've got to play faster football. We've got to play football that gets the ball into the top area of the pitch quicker. We've got to do I'm not stupid. I can see the flaws and where we're at the moment, and that they will be addressed. But at the moment, I can't address them right now. But we've got to do our bit. We've got to do our bit. We've got to make sure that we give the fans something to scream and shout about, and we'll do everything we can over the next 2 games to make sure that's the case.